Jai Narayan students, today we'll start with our Unit 3 Session 1, which is all about the disease causing microorganisms. We'll learn in detail about microorganisms. Okay, so we see what are microorganisms. They are a microbe or an organism that is microscopic. Microscopic means too small to be seen by naked human eye. Okay? Because they are so tiny organism which is only or which can be only seen by using a microscope. That is why microbes are often called microscopic organisms, and they are found almost everywhere you can think of here on earth, that is in air, water, soil, rock, plants, animals, and in the human body also. The study of microorganism is called microbiology, which is a subject that began with Anton van Leeuwenhoek. Okay, in 1675, he discovered of microorganisms using a microscope. They are classified into 5 different groups, which are viruses, bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and algae. Okay, so we'll start with our first microorganism, which is bacteria. In this picture, you all are able to see, able to differentiate the ribosomes and enzymes which are here in this. See, these are ribosomes and enzymes, the cytoplasmic membrane, the plasmid, DNA, okay, and this is flagella. Now, what are bacteria? They are unicellular microorganism. Unicellular means single-celled microorganism. They are very small, typically a few micrometer long, and have many shapes. Okay, so they are as they are very small, so we need to see them. We need a microscope to see them, and can be found on most materials and surfaces. Billions on in your body right now. Okay, now how do they look like? 3 basic shapes, which they are like rod shaped called bacilli, then round shaped called cocci, and the spiral shaped. They have many shapes including curved, many other shapes, curved rods, spheres, rods, and spirals. Okay. Some exist as single cells while others are clustered together. Now, bacteria are alive. What does it mean to be alive? They reproduce, make more of themselves, make more copy of themselves. They need to eat. Okay. One more thing. According to the necessity of oxygen, bacteria are also classified into anaerobic means those that survive without oxygen, anaerobic, okay, and the other one is aerobic. Aerobic means those that do not survive without oxygens. Okay. So bacteria reproduce. Here we have seen that they reproduce itself. So they reproduce by which process? By binary fission. And in some bacteria there is a kind of sexual reproduction, which is transformation, transduction and conjugation, with a combination of genetic material from different individuals also exist. Okay. Here in this slide we'll see how do bacteria reproduce. They grow in number, not in size. Humans grow in size from child to adult, make copies of themselves, but bacteria make copies of themselves by dividing in half. Human parents create a child, while bacteria make copies of themselves by dividing in half. Okay. Now, how do they eat? Some make their own food from sunlight like plants, while others or some are scavengers. They share the environment around them. Example, bacteria in your stomach are now eating what you ate for breakfast. They are scavengers. While some are warriors. Warriors here means pathogens, while some are pathogens. They attack other living things. Like the bacteria on your face can attack skin, causing infection and acne. Next microorganism is our fungi. We'll see what are the characteristics of fungi. Fungi are not plants, but they are like plants, which is made up of many cells. Why they are not plants? Why they are not called as plant? Because they cannot produce their own food from soil and water. Okay, as they are non-photosynthetic. Here, in this point, they are also called as eukaryotes. Eukaryotic means why they are called eukaryotic, as they possess a true nucleus, while bacteria are prokaryotic, which means they do not possess a true nucleus. Most of them are non-motile. Even fungi are non-motile. Okay? Most are saprobes. Saprobes means they live on dead organisms. Absorptive heterotrophs, which means digest food first and then absorb it into their body. These are the characteristics of fungi. Next is they release digestive enzyme to break down organic material or their host. They store food energy as glycogen. This is important. Now, important decomposers and recyclers of nutrient in the environment. See in this picture. They are the decomposers. Most of the fungi are multicellular except unicellular yeast. They lack true roots, stems or leaves. You can see here they don't have leaves, stems and roots. Okay. Their cell wall are made up of chitin. Chitin is a complex polysaccharide. Their body is called a thallus. This part, a swollen we call it as a thallus. They grow as microscopic tubes of filament called hyphae. You can easily see here in this picture. What is hyphae? They are microscopic tubes. Okay, so fungi grow as hyphae. Some fungi are internal while others are external parasites. Few fungi act like predators and capture prey like roundworms. In this picture, see predaceous fungi feeding on nematode, which is a roundworm. Fungi है, देखो ये जो nematode है इस पे आके बैठ जाएगा, ठीक है, और फिर उसको खाएगा. Then fungi, some are edible, we eat mushrooms, while others are poisonous also, we do not eat them. What are the other characteristics of fungi? Their reproduction. They reproduce both method, by sexual also and by asexual spores also. They are classified by their sexual reproductive structures. In this picture you can see the various methods. Okay, they grow in warm, moist environment. Important is what we call the study of fungi. We call the study of fungi is mycology. And mycologists study fungi. A fungicide is a chemical used to kill fungi. ठीक है? They include puffballs. Now, what are the examples of fungi? Puffballs, yeast, mushrooms, toadstools, rust, smuts, ringworm, and moles. The antibiotic penicillin is made by penicillium mold. Okay. Now, viruses. They are microscopic particles that get inside a cell and often destroys the cell. Viruses are tiny, smaller even than smallest bacteria. They change rapidly, so small and change so often that scientists do not know exactly how many types exist. These properties makes virus too difficult to fight. हमारे सामने एक एग्जाम्पल है इस वक्त लाइव एग्जाम्पल which is coronavirus. They are so difficult to fight against them nowadays. Okay. Viruses have a core of genetic material also, but no way to reproduce its own on their own. They infect cells and take over their reproductive machinery to reproduce. Okay. Now, are viruses living? Like living things, viruses contain protein and genetic material. They have a spiny outside layer which is also called envelope. But viruses don't act like living things. They can't eat, they can't grow or break down food, can't use oxygen and cannot function on its own. Okay. That is why they infect cell, because they cannot function on its own. They infect cell and take over their reproductive machinery to reproduce itself. They can reproduce inside a living cell that serves as a host. ठीक है, वो किसी living cell के अंदर ही खुद को reproduce करेंगे because they cannot function on its own. Now, what is host? an organism from which a parasite takes food or shelter. ठीक है, वो ऑर्गेनिज्म जिससे पैरासाइट जिस होस्ट पर बैठकर, जिस भी चीज़ पर वो बैठकर अपना फूड या फिर अपना शेल्टर उसे बनाएगा, उसे हम होस्ट कहेंगे, दैट ऑर्गेनिज्म. ओके, जिस पे पैरासाइट डिपेंड रहेगा. Viruses uses host cell as a tiny factor and forces host to make viruses rather than healthy new cells. Got it? Now, genetic material. What about their genetic material? They are either DNA or RNA. Most RNA is made up of one strand of nucleotides. Most DNA is two strands of nucleotides. Both DNA and RNA contain info for making proteins. ठीक है? Contain information for making proteins. Example: viruses that cause chickenpox and warts contain DNA, while viruses that cause flu, HIV, and common cold, they contain RNA. In our previous class, as I had told you to learn the difference between bacteria and fungi, that is big difference, is what cell coating they have surrounding their cells. Bacteria cell walls are made up of fungal cell wall, made up of peptidoglycan, while fungal cell walls are made up of chitin, and viruses have protein coat around their genetic material. In starting, when we start the virus topic, I told you they have a core of genetic material. They have a spiny outside layer which is called envelope. That is, they have a protein coat around their genetic material. Okay. Now, what are microorganisms? What does word microbe mean to you? To most people, microbe only means an infection, but only a small number cause disease. Many more are helpful. ठीक है, microbes कुछ ही disease cause करते, बाकी जो उनका इम्पोर्टेंट है हमारी लाइफ में वो हेल्पिंग है. ठीक है, दे हेल्प अस इन वेरियस मोड. माइक्रोब्स प्ले अ की रोल इन मेंटेनिंग लाइफ ऑन अर्थ. Likewise, they are helping us. They fixes gases and breaking down dead plants and animals matter into simpler substance that are used at the beginning of food chain. Their activity is exploited for the production of medicines, food, and enzymes. They are used to break down sewage and other waste. These are the various points that we had discussed that tell us how microorganisms are helpful to us. Okay. Now, what is pathogen? What is an infection and what is disease? Pathogen is microorganism that has potential to cause disease. ये ऐसे microorganism हैं जो disease cause करते हैं. While what is an infection? Infection is the invasion and multiplication of pathogenic microbes in an individual or population. Infection कब cause होगा? जब कोई microorganism या फिर microbe या फिर वो किसी individual या population में invade करेगा, जब आकर रुकेगा, वहाँ पर entry करेगा हमारी सेल में, वहाँ multiplication होगा उसका, है ना, तब वो infection cause करेगा. What is disease? Is when the infection causes, जब infection cause हो गया, ठीक है, वो इन्वेट कर ले, जब उसने एंट्री कर लिया हमारी सेल में, मल्टीप्लिकेशन उसका हो गया उस माइक्रोब का, तब वो जो डैमेज पहुंचा रहा है इंडिविजुअल को, उसके वाइटल फंक्शंस को, उसके सिस्टम को, क्या कॉज होगा? डिसीज. एंड infection does not always result in disease. How do microbes reach us? अब यहाँ पे हम लोग ने पढ़ा था ना, they invade. तो how do they invade? How do they enter? How do they reach us? The cycle of transmission involves escape from the host or reservoir of infection, transport to the new host, entry to the new host and escape from the new host. उसका काम क्या है? उसको कोई सोर्स मिला, ठीक है, जहाँ पे वो इन्फेक्शन कॉज कर सके, फिर मोड ऑफ ट्रांसमिशन के थ्रू वो एंट्री करेगा उस स्पेसिफिक ह्यूमन होस्ट पे, ठीक है, उसकी सेल में एंट्री करेगा, जो भी उसका टारगेट ऑर्गन रहेगा वहाँ पे वो एंट्री करेगा, वहाँ पे वो वेरियस इन्फेक्शन कॉज करेगा या डिजीज़ भी कॉज कर सकता है, उसके बाद वो एग्जिट कर जाएगा और फिर वो नया होस्ट ढूंढेगा, ठीक है. तो दिस इज़ द साइकिल ऑफ देयर ट्रांसमिशन. हाउ डू दे गेट इन? टू कॉज एन इन्फेक्शन माइक्रोब्स मस्ट एंटर इन आवर बॉडीज़. इन्फेक्शन कॉज करने के लिए उसको एंट्री तो चाहिए ना, वो हमारी सेल में एंटर कर पाएगा तभी इन्फेक्शन कॉज करेगा. The site at which they enter is known as the portal of entry. वो साइट जहाँ से उसने एंट्री किया उसे हम क्या कहेंगे? पोर्टल ऑफ एंट्री. Microbes can enter the body through the 4 sites listed below. ऐसी ये 4 sites हैं जिधर से microbes enter कर सकते हैं, enter करते हैं. They are respiratory tract, gastrointestinal tract, urogenital tract and they break in skin surface. Respiratory tract means या तो वो माउथ या नोज़ के थ्रू एंट्री करेगा लाइक इन्फ्लुएंजा वायरस. गैस्ट्रोइंटेस्टाइनल ट्रैक्ट मतलब माउथ या ओरल कैविटी, ठीक है, माउथ की जो ओरल कैविटी वहाँ के थ्रू वहाँ से वो एंट्री कर जाएगा. एग्जाम्पल इज़ विब्रियो, कॉलरा. यूरोजेनाइटल ट्रैक्ट के थ्रू विच इज इसर्शिया कोलाई, इकोलाई. ब्रेक्स इन स्किन सरफेस, स्किन के सरफेस को ब्रेक करके अगर उसने एंट्री किया, दे आर क्लोस्ट्रीडियम टेटनाई. एग्जाम्पल है ये, ठीक है, कि क्लोस्ट्रीडियम टेटनाई क्या करते हैं? दे ब्रेक्स इन द स्किन सरफेस एंड दे एंटर थ्रू इट. नाउ वी हैड स्टडीड अबाउट माइक्रोब्स ऑल्सो, ठीक है. नाउ वी विल सी व्हाट इज एपिडेमियोलॉजी. इस पिक्चर में जैसा दिख रहा है, एपी मीन्स ऑन, अपॉन, बीफॉल, ठीक है. यहाँ पे एक ही मेंशन है बट इसका 3 मतलब होता है. पी का मतलब ऑन, अपॉन, बीफॉल. डेमो मीन्स पीपल और ओलॉजी मीन्स द स्टडी ऑफ. सो इट डिफाइंड एज द स्टडी ऑफ दैट which befalls people. Okay. This epidemiologic triangle is a model that scientists have developed for understanding infectious disease and how they spread. ये एक ऐसा मॉडल है जिसे साइंटिस्ट ने डेवलप किया था कोई भी इन्फेक्शियस डिजीज़ के बारे में जानने के लिए और वो कैसे स्प्रेड होती है उसके बारे में जानने के लिए, उसके बारे में पढ़ने के लिए, ठीक है. देयर आर other factors relating to the host and environment which are equally important to determine whether or not disease will occur in the exposed host. Okay. 3 आपको कॉर्नर दिख रहे हैं ट्रायंगल में, 3 वर्टिसेस, जिस पे एक पे लिखा है एजेंट, अदर पे होस्ट एंड द एनवायरनमेंट. तो ये 3 फैक्टर्स हैं जो हेल्प करते हैं साइंटिस्ट की इन्फेक्शियस डिजीज़ और उसके हाउ दे स्प्रेड को समझने के लिए, ठीक है. एजेंट, दे आर माइक्रोब्स that cause the disease, ठीक है. When studying the epidemiology of most infectious disease, the agent is a microbe. जब हम लोग किसी भी एपिडेमियोलॉजी के थ्रू हम पढ़ेंगे कोई इन्फेक्शियस डिजीज़ को तो हमारा वहाँ पे एजेंट क्या होगा, माइक्रोब होगा. देन इज़ अ होस्ट और ऑर्गेनिज्म हार्बरिंग द डिजीज़. वो होस्ट या वो ऑर्गेनिज्म होगा जो वो डिजीज़ कॉज करा होगा. ठीक है. द हू ऑफ द ट्राइंगल आर ऑर्गेनिज्म यूजुअली ह्यूमन और एनिमल विच आर एक्सपोज टू एंड हार्बर अ डिजीज़. ठीक है. जिनमें वो डिजीज़ कॉज हो रही है, दैट इज़ होस्ट. ठीक. होस्ट अभी हम लोग ने पहले भी पढ़ा था कि होस्ट जिस पर पैरासाइट या फिर जिस पर जो एजेंट है, जो माइक्रोब है, वो जाकर डिजीज़ कॉज करेगा. ठीक है. तो होस्ट ह्यूमन भी हो सकता है, एनिमल भी हो सकता है, या whosoever who are exposed to harbor a disease. Okay. The next vertices or the corner of epidemiology triangle consists is environment. The environment or those external factors that cause or allow disease transmission is the favorable surrounding and condition external to the host that cause or allow the disease to be transmitted. सबसे पहला, कोई भी डिजीज़ हुआ, कोई भी इन्फेक्शन हुआ तो क्या ज़रूरत होगा कि किसने कॉज किया, है ना. तो वो माइक्रोब जो डिज़ीज़ कॉज कर रहा है. फिर वो जो माइक्रोब है उसे होस्ट भी तो चाहिए होगा. डिज़ीज़ कहाँ बनेगी, किसी होस्ट पे ही. तो होस्ट एंड द लास्ट इज एनवायरनमेंट, कि वो उसका फेवरेबल सराउंडिंग कैसा था कि वो उसमें खुद को मल्टीप्लाई कर पाया. ठीक है. उसको एक्सटर्नल फैक्टर्स क्या थे कि जिससे वो माइक्रोब या एजेंट उस होस्ट पे इन्फेक्शन कॉज कर पाया या डिज़ीज़ ट्रांसमिट हो पाई. क्लियर है. So we'll end up over here with our session 1 of unit 3, and we'll continue with our session 2 in our next lecture. Till then, stay blessed and stay safe. Thank you, bachcho.